All right then, so let's get started. Thanks for joining us for Python Regex Static series. We're in session 5, I believe, practicing regex with Python 2. And introducing the team, Karen Wong, who is a Unicode Python lead. One of our evangelists, Nancy Jane. She's in charge, I think, Motivation Mondays. And Katerina Hanson, she's just joined, I think, as a volunteer, but she's already getting involved in a lot of events. So looking forward to seeing what everyone else is going to work on for Unicode Python events. So Karen, I'm going to hand the microphone over to you.
Joiners. Okay, cool. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so well, first of all, welcome. Well, thank you for joining the group. Thank you for joining the session. This is the session 5, like Eliza mentioned. This is the Regex study group. I'll do a little bit of introduction. Basically, regular expression itself is a technique. It's a technique that is we use it a lot with search engines. If you want to search word, let's say if you want to do go to your folder and search something, search your folder, list of folder by key terms. Regular expression is a technique that is hidden underneath that you can use. So the reason I wanted to do this little study group is to obviously let everyone know regular expression is. Also, it is a very powerful tool if you could use it yourself. So today, so in the previous session, me and Katerina, the other volunteer, help out to create some content, some very basic fundamentals, talking about regex, talking about regular expression, because regular expression to me is a new language. So we learn, basically we want to go through. It could be, if you put it together, it could be a little intimidating. So we try to break down piece by piece, explain what each is about. So we break it by we have some techniques. So right now I'm showing the screen. Hopefully everyone can see. This is the GitHub repo that we keep all the content materials. So yeah, if this is the first time you hear, please feel free to find out more about regular expression. So so very quick on why regular expression. Regular expression is just a very, very powerful tool. You don't need to know, first of all, you don't need to know too much math. I'm not sure this is a attractive point for anyone. It is, but it's a very powerful technique that you can search a lot of stuff. Like for example, if you heard of search engine optimization, you can use it. And also regular expression is commonly used across multiple language. Like a lot of language actually adapt. They use it, basically, for example, Python in this case, which we will be using today, have regular expression as one of the default library. Basically it means it's fairly common to use for programmer, for developers to actually perform, use the different functions to get what they want. So that is about the regex study group itself and why regular expression for the series. So today we are going through another application. So on session 4, we went through some HTML. I'm not sure you're familiar with website, but we went to a Wikipedia page, with the HTML code, and then scrape some content. Regular expression is very good at scraping. One cannot skip it without regular expression when it comes to scraping content. So if you're into data analytics, this is a really great tool. So yeah, we can scrape some content by text, by content, the HTML nature, the text, like, you know, like open bracket, like open, like the arrow and close arrow. So yeah, this is the way. So we went through some little exercise of which you can take a look at it here. And also so today we will be going through social media content. So social media content is I think everyone, almost everyone would use some social media. So the reason I create this example is to just to take a look, like, oh, what is there? Because I mean, you can see everything, but like, I mean, you can read the messages one by one, but you like human eyes can see you can see everything. So if you're looking for specific contents with, like, let's say thousands, like 5,000 messages, this is like how would you do it? Like, how, if you have the data, how would you do it? So want to do a little, it's not too difficult. I didn't really put too much very difficult complex regex patterns on this exercise. Only one of them, I think, but then, like, and then the other one is like fairly easy. So basically, to just like want to link you guys to, this is not a, like, you know, like Mars technique that, like, no one touches. Like, it's not as scary as this sounds, and is as important as you using a Microsoft Word. That's my point of view. All right, so if you're new here, if you're new to GitHub as well, so you can, so you can click on exercise, and you can see, like, I just like click on the link on the main page, on the README page. So it will bring you to our beautiful Google Colab. So Google Colab is just Jupyter Notebook, if anyone familiar with Python. It's a great way to start understanding what's going on in programming language. So in Python especially. So the first thing first. So I'm gonna do a little tutorial again. You just click here to open the Google Colab. It shoo me away. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oops. Did I jump off? I did. Kick me out. Give me 1 sec, guys. Let me find that thing back. Okay, it's not behaving. Don't mind me. I'll be like a little like this throughout the section. Okay. Can you anyone see my screen? Is the screen okay?
Yep, all good.
Thank you. So this is the Colab notebook. So I just basically wrote down the questions and the instruction here. If first thing first, make your own copy, because like if you write here, you're not gonna save anything. So make your own copy. In order to make your own copy, is to go to File on the left hand corner. Sorry, Eliza, is the font size okay? I never really asked. Sorry.
Yeah, you can make it bigger. That'd be okay.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, cool. Okay, so first thing first, like, go to File, and then Save Copy in Drive. So just click it, and nothing happened. Okay, and then it will bring you, it will just save a copy on your Colab notebook, so basically, if you have Google Drive, it should be under a folder called My Colab notebook or something. It is like it's automatically created, so it's here, it's there. So So you can take a look. So if you have any questions, like feel free to ask me as well. So just that. So once you make a copy, let's start tackling. All right. Okay. So today we will be doing Twitter. We will be scraping some content with Twitter, and just another one. So the data set, obviously, Twitter. Like, I mean, if you're a Twitter user or social media user, you don't want your content to be scraped. So I didn't violate anything. Don't worry. So like a great place to practice like scraping like this, it is there's a website called Kaggle. I'm not sure you guys have heard of it. So Kaggle is a website. It's a very popular data science website that you can practice your own stuff, like practice your own thing, and then do the practice, like, you know, how like people will have provide data sets, have competitions, like you write it, like you do it like if you do like an algorithm like training on a specific thing, you like, you know, you can put it there and share to everybody, and then also like you can share the resources as well. So for example, like this data set, like this Twitter data set, is specifically on like a COVID-19 fake news. So this is the website. You can find the content, like people. So basically, people are really great, like done the work scraping this, creating this stuff, scraping, like, let's say COVID-19 fake news to do some, usually is like to do predictions, to do prediction on machine learning. So they will post it. They will also share it. They will sort of share it as well. So we will be using this data set today to actually play around with it and like just practice Regex. So so the data set is actually for training a NLP model, but we're just gonna use it like with a different purpose to actually understand what is it there. Okay, so so I already, if you have the copy of the notebook, I already wrote a code for you. So it's a little tricky. I'm gonna go through very fast. So in order to get data set from Kaggle, you need a credential. Credential, you can get it from if you have a Kaggle website. You need to, first of all, you need to have a Kaggle website. So, and if you can do it like by settings, and then like get the API new token, and then so that you have a credential that you can like download the data set. So this is a must procedure in order to get a lot of like very nice data set. Like this is a must procedure for Kaggle. It's to just like protect, like to just like protect themselves, like, oh, who downloaded it and who used it. So this is like, so basically what I did is like I actually had let me do it right now. So create token and then save it somewhere. Okay, you save it somewhere. I said we're gonna download. So let me show you guys what to do. Okay, once you do it, once you save your credential, once you save your kaggle.json, and you can just so you can just like drag the file from like where you download and put it on the it doesn't listen to me. Okay, let's do it in a more traditional way. Okay, so here, press this button, click, go to downloads, go to where you are basically, and then find the credential, and then click delete. So this is a one-time thing. So once you close the notebook, because like all these files here will be gone. So if you just miss it, like I find the files here. So this is a list of folder of like the collab notebook, because this collab notebook is actually a mini machine. It's a mini Mac. so you actually can save something here, and then like and save, like put files here, temporary files here, and then run it along with your Colab notebook if you want, if you need some, like, file to run through stuff. I think this is a very great tool to use, like not, especially you don't have your own machine, you don't have to set up anything. So you press this button, basically you I'm not going to explain too much. Basically you put the credential, use the credential, download the data set, and then you zip the data set. So now when I press that button, I have all the data. Cool. All right. Hopefully everyone is following me. Eugene, when you ask specifically where to find that file, I would assume you find so basically when you Google Kaggle, you download, I assuming you're talking about the credential, because that's the trickiest part. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you basically, when you click the API token, it asks you to save to a specific place. If you buy, it's by default, usually on the download folder, where they put your download stuff is. So you basically just have to, when you get to the code notebook, you just have to click this button, upload to session storage, and then click here and find that folder first. And then it should be called a file called kaggle.json. And then you upload it like how you usually upload, like an image, or like on any other documents, like on a specific website, if it's required. Oh, great job. Oh, cool. Okay. I thought it would be like a little tricky here, but like if you guys have, good job, Regent. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. So because I'm gonna talk about like a little bit like the data set, so I want to spend more time. But if you guys need a tutorial, Kaggle, or any other questions, like how to get more data set, like for your own projects, like let me know. Okay, so let's start. So for me, I'm a person who needs to know what is going on. So when I have tutorial, I always encourage everybody, recommend everybody to understand what is going on with the data set. Because it just gives you, like, not just to make a decision or perform a task, it really like know like what is going on. Like it's like I'm just a person who needs to know like what I have. Like basically just like what kind of house you have, what kind of detergent you're using, like what kind of food you're eating is as fundamental as that. Okay, so understanding the data set, so today we'll be using Python. So Python is really one of the greatest thing is to have libraries, so I don't have to write so many functions to do anything. Cool. So let's start. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna import the pandas first. And then we also might as well import the RE, which is the regular expression package install in Python. So let's install, and you will see a tick there if you run it. Little quick note, you can use the Control Enter. If you get to this cell, you can use Control Enter to run it as well, besides clicking it. And then so there usually so we can, first of all, we're gonna read the data frame. Sorry, I'm a little lazy, so I put it in one cell. But you guys can run it and see what it looks. Basically, after you download the data set, so we're gonna use basically, if you see here, there's a lot of data set going on, because like I said, it's for machine learning. It's for machine learning purpose. So I'm just using it to steal the data to just practice like what's going on. So I'm going to use training, because the training usually have the most data, usually at least like 60 or 70% of the data itself. So I'm going to use this file. So after we read it, there are a couple of things that I think is important to understand. So first of all, what columns can I use? You can run it first and see what columns can I use, how many data there are, and what kind of type it is. So for example, if like if it's number related, this, I mean, you can register it, but you can regular expression it, but I mean you playing with numbers, like it doesn't make sense, right? So basically I want to see if it's actually a string or actually any other like data type. It really affects like how can we handle that specific data. So and then usually I have usually a habit of seeing how it looks like first, because I don't know that person, and I need to know what's going on. So yeah, these are the 4 things. So if you see this is a little messy, but like so basically the first is corresponding to the column. So we have ID here, we have label here, we have tweet here. So label is like just to point, like the person already like put it like it's like a true or false. It's like if it's like in this case it's like whether it's a fake news, it's a fake COVID-19 news data set. And then the tweet is the actual message itself. So yeah, and then we have 6,000. We have 6,000 rows. We have 6,000 records and 3 columns right here. That's how you read it. And it shows like integers. So basically the types of, so the all 3 columns it shows the object. And sometimes like I think it in this case it doesn't matter as much. But it's like you basically the fundamental thing is that you don't want to go on an integer or like any weird structure to parse like what you want. Object is like a very big category to store lists, to post like any dictionaries if you're familiar with data structure. So object is actually fine. So because Python is an object-oriented programming language, sorry if it's a little geeky here. So everything is stored under object. I know it's annoying, but that's the way how Python is. So just want to like introduce you guys, like this is like the way I would think and I would do when I see a data set. And then so now we can see, so because I'm interested in the tweet, I will be using the tweet, so I want to see how the 10 rows look like. Here you don't see much. You don't really see much because it's dot 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 dot, like it's very, the message is very long, the content is very long. I believe there's a setting you can actually do to elaborate the screen, but to me at this point, if they're text, that's good enough. If they're long, that's good enough. Or even they're short, I'm good enough as well. Oh, hello, Katerina. Okay, so now so first though, now now that we have these things, we understand the data a little bit better. I think it's quite a milestone to understand the data already. So first thing first, we're gonna extract the column. We're gonna extract the tree column and save it to a list, because today our input will be like a list. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do df. So df tweet like this. Okay, so so basically I just call, oh, never mind. So basically here, what's going on is I call a subset. I only call this column of the data frame, and then I'm gonna transfer from object to list. So this is like a function that you can use to like do the convert to the data type that like the library or the library has basically. So because we're dealing with a list, so that's why like if you can see objects, and sometimes like you don't know, you when you do for loop, like you don't see why. You don't know like what's going on. Sometimes it doesn't like you do it. That might be the reason why. So you can transfer the to list first. So let's see. So I'm a person who would like to check the like even after transform, even after taking out what's going on. I think it's a good practice. So we're gonna do we're gonna do the first 5 elements to print out the first 5 elements. So which should be exactly the same as the first 5 here. So small step, important thing when things going on, when something's wrong, very important, like it's just important steps. Okay, any quick questions before I actually go to the Regex content? Quick question? No, everybody awesome? Everybody good? Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, all right, let's dive into the Regex. So basically, so on previous session, I went through I create a mini function, so you can use because we will be practicing the patterns, the regular expression patterns today. In order to do that, I create a mini function. So what I would be doing, because like what I'll be doing to get the results and what I want the result output is. So so this is the function that like, and how basically is to compile the pattern, and then find it in every list. So every element, like you find the keyword, you find the key pattern, and then I'm gonna like the one thing I put it here is to actually print out the result dynamically, and then see like, oh, well, I also want to see like how many results there are. So this is just like the function that I put, and then like obviously I'm going to put the pattern, and then so in order to use it like ultimately, I actually put it data. I've actually like used the data set, like I'm gonna like input it every single time as well. So yeah, that's the function. So you run it first. Great. Now we actually talking about the Regex pattern.
Okay, let's do mass. Okay, you definitely talk about mass. I think facine is another like word that like it definitely comes through. So I'm very okay. Okay, so if you see the mass, like you couldn't print out anything. So basically, if you put mass here, if you do Regex here, so if you type mass, you will only get a what mass, like with the keyword mass itself, and you can see like the difference when I put a regular expression pattern here. In this case, which is like anything combo. This is my lazy and favorite and bad practice regular expression combo to actually understand, like to get anything that it has the best side. I will show you later. So to get anything, so you can see a real difference when you put a Regex here and the not Regex here. So basically, if you can see like the mass, and then you can see the previous message, or you can see if you can see you can see like what message, like what are they related, like what are they talking about by putting some restriction to the content. So let's say if I put like a space and mass, doesn't work because I do this. So basically, this is a very bad practice to actually get any word, any record, any data that contains the mass, contains the word mass. Very bad practice. But this is one of the way to do it, to get it, so we can like see a lot going on. All right, so this is the most straightforward way, is the intro to regular expression. So now we're gonna find out what quotation is. So like, because there are a lot of quotes, right? There's a lot of quotes, like how this person said this, that person said that, and usually we put quotation in there. So the way I do it is another lazy way. Well, I'm a bad influence here. So basically, okay, I'm gonna put it out here first. So quotation is like this. Everyone knows. So let's just do a double quotation. So double quotation. So what are we gonna get here? We're gonna get nothing here because we have to let everybody to we want to get any contents between the code. So there are multiple ways you can do it. One of the lazy way that I use is obviously this one. Just introduce. And then so like now you can see, oh, there are a lot. So between all the patterns, between all the lists, like you can there are a lot of like these are the quotes and stuff. So it doesn't make sense right now because I'm only tagging like to get specific contents, specific stuff. So this is how it's gonna like look like. But it's like you can use what you can use is the more proper way, I would say. The more proper way, actual Regex proper way is to do like something like this. I think I'm messing up here.
You need a space. You also need a /s.
Yeah, like this. Right.
No, you should put the /s in with the choices. Yeah, I think that'll get you across at least some words. You could also put like a comma if you were looking for commas.
Oh yeah, I have to put the. Oh, right. Okay, like this.
And that should start to get you some quotes.
Yep.
Good quotes.
Yep. So there are different ways to do it. So the lazy way, my lazy way to do it is to just grab anything. But then like when it goes down, like it is like there are multiple ways. So if you want a specific anything, we use a since none of you are new here, we use a square bracket to to include anything that we want, any symbols, any punctuations and any words. So usually the standard way for including any letters one of the way to do it is to put like A to Z, small capital letter, small letter, and then 0 to 9. So that's how like one way to do it. So we get all the quotes here. But then if you want to specify more, you have to write a longer pattern to also restrict it to refine your results. Okay, so make sure I don't have anything weird downstairs. Okay, cool. We're like in the below content. So when it comes to Twitter, what I think about besides the content, like the quotation, is also the mention. So when you use mention, you use a at, right? Use it as symbol. So in order to get the mention, I can use but like if I do this, lesson learned is like you only get the at. But then if you put this, I think it's this. So basically it's like add followed with any words after, you will get all the adds, all the mentions. So this is a powerful way to just get things very quickly by understanding the data and the pattern. Just like HTML, like you need to understand like it helps you to understand the structure and the pattern, and like basically it's helping you to understand the pattern of the data.
That might help you. No,
Pardon?
that's the next one. Never mind.
Okay, so right now, so when I was doing the practice, like I was like, okay, this is long list, nice, cool. But one side way to quantify it, because it's a long list, and even I think I unit it already. I might have to edit this some. So like is to make a count for what's going on, like for the stuff that you search. I think if I do this, it might be 11111. Yep. Okay. Let me edit something first. So basically what I did here is like I unit the list because I don't want to see too much. But then like I can keep the result, like if I keep the result list, and this, you will see the difference here. So remove the unique and then run it again. And then when we go back here, we should see the difference. Okay, cool. Run this again, run this mention again. And then you will see what mention, like who's like in this data set, like who is mentioned, like who get to mention most. Just be mindful, the person who put the data set is like probably targeting a specific group or specific community. It's not because like that's biased, it's just like it's hard. Also, it's hard to get the data itself. So don't trust everything. Like it's just like we just understand, just keep in mind when we understanding the data. This is not like true or false, like it's just like this is how the data is. So for example, like you can see like with the COVID-19 case, you don't really see any you can see a lot of like let's say keyword India, and you can see like this is like probably a data set that like more targeting to India, or it happens to be like a lot of India stuff. No, nothing controversial here. It's just the date. It's just how the data it is. Like no right or wrong. Just want to clarify this. But this is the great way to use it. For you to, it's a very powerful tool to get a lot of stuff. To get you understand the data like a lot. All right, so let's do okay. So while mention is one thing, I think hashtag is literally a Twitter thing. It's just like you cannot like skip Twitter. You can't skip Twitter like hashtag when you think about Twitter and any social media post. So let's do this. So we're gonna do like hashtag. We're gonna do hashtag, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the exact same actually. So there we go. We get a lot of hashtags. So if you want to do again, so we can see COVID-19 is a lot. Understanding like understanding the data. It's like I said, it's the data. This data set happen to capture a lot of like updates. Like besides the common word that we can see, is also a lot of like community specific ones as well. So yeah, you can take a look. Please feel free to play around. It's really good with understanding anything and understanding the data set like well, in order to know what to know, like what can we do with it. Okay, so now we go to the website. So we know websites start with all the HTTP. That's the universal rule. So what we can do is we can put HTTP, which obviously doesn't work. By the way, when you do Regex, it's really about try and error. So you can see like Katerina was helping me. It's always like you rely on Katerina to help me, like, okay, what is going on here? So it is really about trial and error, practicing, get experience from other people, other people see different, they understand, but then obviously Katerina more experience, so that's why I can get help. But if you're practicing your own, it helps you to gain knowledge on understanding the pattern way better. So it's really about trial and error. So you can see I don't really just put the answer there. I actually try it, like what I think that time, I type it first. This is the way to really practice regular expression if you're newbies. Okay, so we can see. Okay, one thing you can see is here, okay, we're going to type HTTP. If you want to be more specific, let's say, so now we can see a lot of link here. Now if you're new to understanding data, new to the data field, and you can see oh, it's unlimited going on here. Okay, never mind. I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do it here. Print the result list. First 5. It's hard to read, man. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, here. Sorry. Okay, let's just look at here. So if you can see, like, this is like it has the pattern. It's interesting, isn't it? When I was looking to the content, they actually, when no matter what kind of links, like it's impossible, like everyone has the same link, but no matter what link it is, they put like everybody has the same pattern. That has to do with masking on social media. It is really just a it is a technique to protect the link or redirect the link. This is more marketing like specific. This is very marketing specific thing to understand. But like basically this is like a quick link to redirect you to the actual website that you will see. So if you type it in, actually, I'm not gonna click, but if you put it like if you type it on the website, it would redirect you to somewhere else. So this is something like I think it's very fun to learn and understand.
One of the reasons why they do this is because they actually, I believe, is that T.co is owned by Twitter, and so they can keep their traffic patterns and keep their metrics.
Yep.
So when they ask, hey, how many people went through it, they know. But one of the things that you can do because they do this is that if you notice, there's only 10 characters after that last dash. If you wanted to, you could try to pull them out specifically with like the 10 limit.
That's really fun. Okay, let's do this.
So if you did, like HTTPS // and you might need a escape there, but I'm not sure.
Should we try? Yeah, let's
try without because I'm not
first,
sure that you do. And I think that would only be one on the second one, but yeah, A through Z, 0 through 9, and then you're only going to have up to 10 of them. Well, it's actually going to be exactly 10, so I just leave it with exactly 10. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think you're going to need the backslashes. And delete one of those.
Fine.
One more of these.
One more?
No. It's only a single slash after the CO. There you go. There you go. Boom.
Yes. Oh, now what I can see right now, and probably what you guys can see, is like you get a lot, like how like when I type, like when before Katerina put a specific pattern, I get a lot of like other stuff as well. So like that's why I said like my way is a very lazy way to actually get the content, but like this is like one of the very typical Regex way, which is like you need to practice to get the stuff. So you a lot, like the more specific you are, the more the better result, the better quality of the result you can get. To to look less like you don't have to look. Wait, oh yes, thank you, Katerina. Yes. Okay, let's Eliza, I'm gonna pause it here so you can like edit this. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna try something very little bit challenging, at least for me as a practicer of regular expression, which is get the first sentence. So the reason, so how social media posts, the very first sentence is the most catchy phrase. It's supposed to be a very catching phrase for any methods and stuff. For like for like poster, people don't read long. People don't like reading long. And also like it's like the first thing is very like besides the hashtag, like to spread the spread, like, you know, to kind of like increase your view of the message. With the search pattern, if with a search engine, the first line, especially on Instagram, like it's the most important thing to catch people's eyes. So in this case, we're gonna do a first sentence. Okay, so let's start with let's just start with my own, and then maybe Katerina can help. So first thing first, when I think about first sentence, a sentence, it has to end with a punctuation. So the punctuation, it could be period, it could be an exclamation mark, it could be a question mark. I think that's about it. So I'm gonna do the lazy way, the lazy people way. Like me is what happened is, oh, the script record, it basically includes the way that like you can like this basically it's like an optional that like you can actually you can actually like include like any punctuation you want, just like how here. So like let's see here. Okay, what do we have? We have a lot of going on. You can see like my lazy way, it doesn't capture, basically it does capture something, but it doesn't capture the first sentence because I'm not specific enough to do that. So let's see, and another way is to so basically I have to add some patterns there. The way I do, and then like my lazy way is to do it is to actually, so basically anything I want to basically I get the sentence, which is good. I can also start it with here too. This is like basically this is like you have to start with something with a sentence. This doesn't, it's not as useful here, but basically I'm just indicating I need to be start from the sentence. So besides the punctuation, I want to cut off the rest of it. So how the pattern stop is I'm going to use basically when people type a sentence, when you type a sentence, they stop with a space. So for me, it still doesn't work, right? I think so. Yeah. All right, but okay. So you can see here, there's a lot more than I think. Cool. So so you can see it's still, there's a lot going on here. All right, okay, but then like you can still like it's not really like helpful being here. Interesting. So
So
right.
what you've got going on here is that first dot star
Yes.
is going to include anything that you've got in the optional. So it's just going to run through the whole line. And so the optionals at the end aren't really going to work. But if you do, like I've got in the chat there a little bit more, and that's not exactly the Python pattern, but
Yep.
if you do everything but your escaped period, then it will stop on the first occurrence of the period.
Got it. Let's do this. Whoosh. Here.
Yep. And now it's not going to include the period, but it stops before the period.
It does. Yes, it does.
So you could include the period afterward. Yeah.
Yep. Like
if you want it. Another
like this.
I would escape the period, but yeah.
Escape like this.
Slash dot. Yeah. Give that.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, right.
And if you put the question mark exclamation point back in the first one too, then it'll stop on the first question mark and or exclamation point. But yeah.
This
On the not in the not, you'd have to print. You gotta put, yeah. Give that one a try. But
Oh, then I don't need this one then.
no, you need both. You need both.
I need the square brackets.
You don't need the square brackets. Well, no,
Yeah.
you do need the square brackets because you also need the question mark and the exclamation point in that second square bracket. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. There we go, guys. I'm so lazy. Okay. So would you, Katerina, would you mind explaining the whole pattern again? Because I think this is
Yes.
quite, yeah.
So that first caret is saying from the start. Then we have a square bracket, which is anything inside this is optional. But then that second caret negates the other ones that we have in there. So then you do the star. And so the star right after that optional bracket is saying, go ahead and any character but one of these, you can have that as many times as you want. And then we go ahead and capture that last character, whatever that was. So you can repeat anything but a question mark, exclamation point, or period as many times as you want. But when you find it, then you stop the match, but then you capture that last one.
Thank you. Thank you. So it, like, hopefully you guys like understand, like, it's the pattern. It is this, I would call it an actual regular expression. So you can see a lot of way doing it here. The first one, like Katerina mentioned, like a very critical point. If you're lazy as me, you can get information, but then you don't get the exact one. So like, I think this is why regular expression is like to practice, but just want to get you guys a hang of like what is regular expression and how can you use it. And I think this is a really fun thing to do. It's a good thing to, it's a good way to practice to get your I would call it as a skill set to do a good regular expression actually. So yeah, this is the way to do it. Thank you, Katerina. And then okay, so before we end, I want to introduce like something little different. I just want to like what Asai mentioned before, like, so basically we use pandas to understand, to read the data set. Panda itself is regular expressions is so common to the point like Panda itself actually would include a lot of like library include the Regex function itself, like to for you to like filter what do you want. So in this case, so if I'm going to type mass again. So I shouldn't be so lazy. Let's see this. Okay. I'm trying not to be lazy. Okay, so there we go. So for the whole data set, and you this is the first, like, so we remember we have 3 columns. If we want to filter a specific column, understanding a specific like, you know, like to just filter which column has the word mass. This is one of the way to do it. So it's I found it very, very convenient, very understandable. You don't have to read everything. So this is just a like a hack, a little hack for you to explore your data set. So that concludes today's section. Well, actually we're for an hour. We're short time. Yeah, so anything you want to add, Eliza, before we stop the session?
I know you have to run to work, right? So I know people from previous sessions have posted the Regex games or suggested website where you can do more learning resources or just like links. So looking forward for our next session, we'll just be very chill, just like interactive games and have fun. It won't be recorded, but yeah. But yeah, thank you so much, Karen, Katerina, for creating the series and spearheading. I know Mansi did some content here. It's just like, wow, you really powered through it. Like Karen's like last year, like I couldn't do this idea, and then just like boom, she made it happen. And it was so much content. So thank you so much, Karen. We really appreciate it. I think community is just like we're starting to realize, I think with the recordings, to seeing the content, like this is really useful. Like to have, if we're a beginner intermediate, it's like it's so helpful to have in your toolkit. Because Regex is everywhere once you start looking for it. Do you want to add anything else?
Is. It's very powerful once you get used to it. And like, if you're not scared of it, you start to think of it as a solution, and like that can make stuff go so much easier.
Yeah. Gotta keep your toolkits sharp. But yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. And so I'll wrap up our session. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, everyone. Hope you have a great weekend. Okay, bye-bye.
Awesome.
Thank you. Bye, guys.